to NXT The Game, Season 2, Episode 6. We have 2 pre-show matches starting off tonight and a post-show match. But let's get straight into the action, because I'm ready. Alrighty. Here we go. 3 weeks away from, or 3 shows away from NXT Takeover sold out. So we have Velvet Sky defeating Athena in 8 minutes via double backbreaker in the first pre-show match. And the second pre-show match, we had Becky Lynch defeating Dana Brooke with the hard knocks. Both off their game, which is weird considering Becky still came out looking great, so that's good at least. Let's head into the start of NXT. The camera finds NWO Gold in the back without Kevin Owens. Scott Hall. Look, Sasha, we love you. We think you're great, but you have until Takeover sold out to let us know. The fans boo at the sight of NWO Gold. I'll give you an answer then. Sounds good, says Kevin Nash. Up walks Kevin Owens. Yep, sounds good. Kevin Owens just stares at Sasha, who smirks at Owens while rubbing her championship. Sasha licks her lips, then looks Owens up and down and rubs her title again. Want one, don't ya? Sasha struts away, shaking her ass, as NWO Gold take it all in before the Hall Nash look at Owens, who looks pissed off. Still ups about the cruise outcome last week, but we're heading straight into the NXT opening video package. Now the camera rolls and shows Renee Young and Corey Graves at ringside welcoming us to the start of NXT. In the first match of the evening that will determine the #1 contender for the NXT Television Championship and who will face none other than Mr. NXT and his double duty at NXT TakeOver sold out. We had Jay Lethal, La Sombra, Neville, and Brian Kendrick in a fatal 4-way, with Jay Lethal coming on top after defeating La Sombra, Neville, and Kendrick in 12 minutes. When he defeated La Sombra with a lethal combination. So Jay Lethal, as promised, will get his NXT television title shot against Mr. NXT, who will now have to defend the NXT Television Championship before taking on Bo Dallas for the NXT Championship. Alright. The scene pops up with the Balor Club in the back. Microphone in hand is Finn Balor. NXT Universe, all hail the Balor Club. The Balor Club acting a little more heelish here. The fans boo as Finn Balor continues to talk. The time is ticking, Baron Corbin. The time is ticking on your career. What Doc Gallows does to you at NXT TakeOver sold out is going to be nothing short of a career-changing incident. The fans boo as Doc looks pumped. The Young Bucks are jumping up and down behind him, getting pumped up as well. And Sami Zayn, what can I say? You're a tricky one. You and me one-on-one again went to William Regal. Northern Matter, same result. The Balor Club reigns supreme here in NXT. In the professional world of wrestling, be it with you or without Gargano and Ciampa in your quarter, the result of the ending equals the same. More boos. Prepare for war. The scene ends with the Balor Club fading out. So the Balor Club all getting pumped up for their matches at TakeOver. The Young Bucks do not have opponents yet, but next week we will be featuring a 3 or 4 team tag team match to determine who the Young Bucks face at the pay-per-view. Alright, Samoa Joe now pops up on the screen. Tonight, Mr. NXT, the NXT TV champ and Money in the Briefcase holder, you'll have your toughest test today. You'll be entering the ring with a Samoan submission machine, one-on-one, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The fans cheer. So tonight, when you're in that ring with nowhere to go, remember one thing, that Joe's gonna kill you. The scene ends with Samoa Joe tossing his trademark. As his scene ends, Joe successfully hyping the main event tonight. So this was just Samoa Joe match and, just angle building towards tonight's main event. In an extremely short match, the Young Bucks defeated the Gentleman's Club in 3 minutes when Matt Jackson hit Chuck Taylor with more bang for your buck. No Meltzer driver tonight, but the Young Bucks get a victory over the Gentleman's Club here on NXT this week. Now we fade backstage and see William Regal. It's official, Bayley, you're cleared for TakeOver sold out. Bayley hands back the contract she just signed to take down the Beautiful People along with Becky Lynch and Candice LeRae. She's more than ready, says Candice, leaning in, giving Bayley a hug. I just wanted to get this past me. Be it last year with the Trinity, Dana Brooke, Emma, and Gail Kim, or now this, or even Sasha at the end of Season 1. I just can't catch a break. I feel good, healthy, and I'm ready to go, guys. Glad to hear it, Bayley, says Albert as he walks up. Albert walks in and gives Bayley a hug. Glad to see you're out from behind the training mat and in a match at NXT TakeOver sold out yourself, Albert. Owens needs to be taught a lesson, says Albert, fuming mad. He does indeed. The scene fades with all 4 nodding and talking about NXT TakeOver sold out. So just, prepping Albert's, just mentioning the matches for Bayley and Candice LeRae and Becky Lynch against the Beautiful People, and Albert getting his hand on Kevin Owens, as he's the new muscle for William Regal, really just helping William Regal with all the, just being on his side because of all the territory shit going on right now with the Balor Club, with, with the NWO and such. Thy kingdom come, they will be done. Yes, I know it says they and not thy. Thy kingdom come, they will be done. What is this? I'm not sure. You're not sure? We'll have to see. And here we go in a match that's been good action average heat. Drew McIntyre and Tyler Breeze defeated the American Alpha in 12 minutes when Tyler Breeze defeated Jason Jordan by pinfall with a beautiful adapter after a distraction from Alexa Bliss again. Also, Alexa Bliss distracted. This match also had a lot of interference. Alexa Bliss distracted Chad Gable as well. Murphy and Blake both returned and distracted American Alpha as well. After the match, Alexa Bliss with the returning out since October, guys. So they've been out for a long time. Remember, Murphy had that huge injury, and Blake have just distracted Jordan and Gable with the help, to help Drew McIntyre and Tyler Breeze pick up the win. Blake and Murphy slide into the ring and begin to lay out Gordon and Gable extremely hard, leaving them sending them packing. Alexa looks pissed and is barking orders at Blake and Murphy, looking hot as she does, though I might add, and they continue to do damage to Jordan and Gable. Alexa grabs a microphone from Blake, who had been tossed the microphone from Murphy. Alexa Bliss, don't think just because my boys are out, you can usurp him as the next great tag team here in NXT. Your little winning streak, that's over. Your little ascension, that's over. Back of the line, boys. Blake and Murphy began to lay into Jordan and Gable again as the trio raise their arms and are killed with boos. So Blake and Murphy returning after being away for 6 to 7 to 8 months. I don't know without doing the math. But that's also Jason Albert. That's not Jason Jordan. I apologize. This is like the third time already I've messed up a picture in the past in season 2. It happens on occasion, but I need to change his name to just Albert because I keep accidentally almost tossing him in the same thing. Either way, Blake and Murphy have beat up Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, American Alpha, which is going to lead us to a match at NXT Takeover sold out between the two teams. Now, a video plays hyping Tommaso Ciampa versus Rhino next week. Now, a video also plays hyping Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor next week. And here we go in the main event, and the match has some good action and average heat. Samoa Joe drew Mr. NXT in 13 minutes when the match descended into chaos. The match had tons of interference. Jay Lethal distracted Mr. NXT. Bo Dallas, the NXT champion, distracted Mr. NXT. The Young Bucks distracted Joe. And finally, Doc Gallows distracted Joe. Okay. The match turned into utter chaos, bells ringing and all that jazz. The Young Bucks have begun fighting with Joe, when now Apollo Crews runs down to help his friend Samoa Joe from evening up the sides. Mr. NXT, who was distracted by Jay Lethal, and NXT champion Bo Dallas has begun to fight both of them off on a 2-on-1. When Lethal has Mr. NXT in the corner, however, Bo then jumps on Lethal, and now all three of those men are going at it singly. The referees and road agents run out, trying to get control of what's happening, but that's just not enough to happen anytime soon. This is utter anarchy. The NXT logo is fading us out for the week, with an absolute utter cluster F of a main event. But no matter how you slice it or how you look at it, NXT TakeOver sold out is definitely heating up. And in our post-show match for the fans, in a match that featured great action and average heat, Hideo Itami and Sami Zayn defeated Bo Dallas and Kevin Owens in 12.5 minutes when Kevin Owens was counted out while fighting Sami Zayn. So basically, this is just a count-out victory. Hideo Itami and Sami Zayn get the victory. Bo Dallas and Kevin Owens get the loss. Like I said, this was just to send the fans home happy because they didn't get actually, that's two really non-finishes in the show. So this is only my second match, post-show match ever. Probably shouldn't have ended it like that. However, I wanted to get Kevin Owens on the show as well as Itami and Sami Zayn and Bo Dallas all in matches to keep them fresh and keep them active. So this is all that was. We lost popularity in one region, even though we've been gaining popularity with ratings around this. Either way, folks, this was NXT Season 2, Episode 6. We will have 7 and 8 coming up very shortly, followed by NXT TakeOver Sold Out. Thanks for watching.